So I've just been working on my controller binds and settings. So I'm going to go through, demonstrate what I've been adjusting. I think it's going to make a really big difference. Definitely for me, if you guys do the same settings, I think it'll make a big difference for you as well, and how fast you can do everything. All right. So, first I'm going to talk about the controller binds, the custom controller binds that I've set up in my settings, and then I'll kind of demonstrate what that allows me to do. So in settings, over here in the controller options, I've got controller auto run turned on. That's going to be important. Build immediately is turned on. Edit hold time. This, I'm going to make it as low as I can, so I can basically enter edit mode almost instantly. I have advanced options turned on. Build mode sensitivity, I have this at 2 times, and that allows me to build really quickly. So, for example, if I spin around as fast as I can in regular mode, 1, 2, 3, 4 rotations, in build mode, I can spin around twice as fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So, if I want to spin all the way around, I can basically make 1 full rotation in a jump. With build mode on, almost 2. Okay, so that allows me to build super fast in a circle. Okay. Okay, next thing. My look sensitivity is at 45% for horizontal and vertical. That I'm able to do because I'm on a PC and my frame rate is high enough. On Switch, I would turn this down pretty significantly, probably to like 30%. With the slower frame rate, you're not getting visually updated as quickly, and so when you're looking, it's harder for you to make decisions quickly on the Switch. So you want to turn this down a little bit to give your brain a little more time to process. For turning and vertical horizontal boost, this is basically like when you push your stick all the way to the side, it gives it an extra boost. I don't want too much of a boost because I frequently am pushing my stick all the way to the side, but I want just a little bit of a boost. So if I have my stick not quite all the way to the side, and then if I go to the side all the way, you can see it just boosts it a little bit. Tiny, tiny boost. I'm only moving the stick a tiny bit, you can see. But the amount that I'm spinning increases. This helps me with flick shots. Flick shots are basically if someone is flying through the air towards me, or if I'm jumping and I need to quickly shoot as I'm turning. Okay? Those would be flick shots. A lot of people turn that boost all the way off. I just wanted a tiny bit. Boost ramp time is how quickly do you start getting the boost. So I have mine turned down pretty low because as soon as I push my stick all the way to the side, I want that boost immediately. This green line tells you what the recommended is. So my boost is lower than recommended, my sensitivity is higher than recommended. Instant boost when building just means when you have build mode turned on and you get your boost immediately. Aim down sights, I have mine pretty low. That's because when I have my gun out, I want this to be pretty low sensitivity so that I'm not turning too fast. Okay, so when I'm not aiming, I can spin around pretty quick. When I am aiming, that's as fast as I can spin. Looks like Henry is spectating me. And this, I'm going to turn down, actually. Pretty low as well. The ADS boost. Okay, let's get to the custom controller binds, because this is where I just made some changes that I think are going to be really, really important. So on the, well, for me, left side of my screen, it says Old School, Quick Builder, Combat Pro, Builder Pro, Custom. So the first thing I did here is I changed my left button press, my left stick click, to edit. It used to be, for me, in the default, and for you probably right now, that B is switch mode and edit. But when you have the same button doing both, it's hard for the game to know which you want to do. And so constantly I was always building when I was trying to edit or editing when I was trying to build. So by separating those two buttons, I can build when I want to build, I can edit when I want to edit. And the left stick previously was just used to turn on sprint. Well, I have auto sprint turned on, so I was never really using my left button press, my left stick press anymore. So that was a button that was essentially being unused. There have been some times, Steven and I have noticed this, that the auto sprint turns off. And that has also still is happening
David?
Even with this. Hey Henry, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, I'm making a tutorial for my controller settings, so you can just listen into what I'm saying, okay? So, the sprint sometimes turns off, and so to turn it back on, we had to click in that left stick. That still is the case. Sometimes it stops sprinting, and if you just double click the left stick, see what happens? So when I have, when I don't have my builds out, if I press in the left stick, I don't stop sprinting. If I have my builds out and I click in the left stick, once, nothing happens. Double click,
David?
I stop sprinting.
We
Double
turned
click
to the
again.
lobby.
No, I'm in the middle of a thing, Henry. I'll be in the lobby in a little bit, okay?
What are...
So if you lose your sprint, it's a double click in build mode that takes off your sprint. So a single click will restore it. Double click. I stop sprinting. Click again, I'm sprinting. Okay? Okay, so then the next custom thing is in my edits, I have my reset as LB and my confirm as RB. Okay? So what I can do with that is, if I want to edit this, right, and I want to reset it, I just have to press my two top buttons at the same time. Hold on. So if I just press these two buttons at the same time, it resets it. So I click on my left stick to edit, right trigger, and then click on my left stick to edit, and then these two buttons. Reset and confirm. Okay. I'm still getting used to it, but I think it's going to let me go way faster here. So if I go into this edit course here, so I'm definitely going to have to get used to it, but it just means I'm not having to press that build button over and over again. The other advantage is that I don't have to take my thumb off the stick in order to edit. So I can be constantly aiming while I'm pressing the edit button. So I'm going to mess around with these binds for a while, and one thing that I won't be able to do is the double click sprint to hold my sprint. I'll have to figure out how to do that now. I don't know how I'm going to make that work, but yeah. Head back to the lobby, play with Henry a little bit. Henry, you still there?